Hello again, and welcome to SCLC TV. I'm Maynard Eaton, and of course, our President and CEO, Dr. Charles Steele Jr. Dr. Steele, somebody in my class today said, why do you have so much hate? And that was evidenced in Pittsburgh with the slaughter of 11 people in a synagogue. There are other bombs being dispersed. We're in a strange time here, are we not?
But it's not the first. I remember growing up as a young teenager with George Wallace era, where people don't realize the impactment and the dangers that follows impactful, charismatic people giving out the message of hate, violence, discriminatory practices. George Wallace did the same thing. He first ran as a liberal when he first ran for governor of Alabama, and he was terribly defeated. He said, I'll never run as a liberal no more. Segregation today, segregation forever. And
you comparing him to Donald Trump?
I'm saying it's very similar. I feel the spirit of George Wallace because I grew up in that era in Alabama. And I'm saying that you have to be very careful with the rhetoric that you convey out as a public figure and a leader. Because there are many people you consider just politics, other people take it to heart. And that's what happened in Pittsburgh.
And in other places around the country too.
Around the country as well as the world. It's a bitter type of atmosphere. Those who might have had the contemplation of thinking of racism, but would never let it out, now it's being justified to let it out.
And you're saying that's coming back again. It's come full circle.
Full circle. It has come full circle. And it happened with none other than Governor George Wallace as a candidate and then ultimately as a governor.
President Trump also said he wants to issue an executive order banning citizenship for those immigrants who were born here.
Well, anyone with an iota of any politics or inclination or understanding leadership in the history of this country and government know that you can't give him executive order to bring about this type of craziness. The 14th Amendment basically gives you citizenship, but what you're talking about being free is different if you don't have citizenship, because free without citizenship does not make you an American. You're free, but you don't have your citizenship. So that's what the 14th Amendment does. It established the naturalization of being a citizen.
So this is just politics he's talking. This can't
it can't happen. It's politics.
For the midterm elections, you think?
Absolutely, for all elections. He's trying to bring about dictatorship in saying that it couldn't happen, to put that in your mind, knowing that it can't. Only Congress can bring about that type of legislative impact that will have to be ratified in terms of the Constitutional Amendment. When you say Constitutional Amendment, that means you take it to the people.
Finally, not finally, maybe the beginning of something. You're back in Panama City, back in Brighton, Florida, talking about rebuilding those blighted communities.
There are 40,000 homes in Panama City that's been left devastated, taken away. People of ethnicity or being of color as well as being poor, black, white, green, or blue, they've lost everything. And the media is not covering that.
And they've been driven out, are they not?
They've been driven out, forced out of their homes because our homes and the apartments and public housing has been condemned, unlivable. And these people have nowhere to go. And the National Guard even came out in certain aspects, certain perspectives of their city and told them that if they didn't get out, they're going to arrest them. So what am I saying? We can overlap that into rural communities, particularly in the community I was in yesterday, Brighton, Alabama, which is devastated. A storm has been through that, but it was economic. It wasn't a hurricane. It's a storm of deprivation where people don't have access to capital. We can incorporate the Poor People Campaign not only with Panama City, which we've already committed to, but also to cities like Brighton, Alabama, and others, because of the blightfulness and the forgetfulness of people in power to take care of these people in their communities.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Charles Steele Jr. This is SCLC TV.